He took £8,000 of my money. He blocked my number, ignored my emails, and completely vanished. The kitchen renovation had been on the calendar for months. I found the contractor through a local Facebook group recommendation. He provided a professional quote, a reasonable timeline, and had a backlog of excellent reviews. The data shows why those reviews were so consistent. When you map out the user account creation dates for the profiles praising his work, dozens of those supposedly independent accounts appear within the same 48-hour window. Before I noticed that pattern, I fell for the pitch. He claimed his schedule was filling up fast and required a 50% deposit up front to secure the start date. I paid it. That transfer was the last meaningful contact we had. The start date arrived and passed. Then a month slipped by. Calls went unanswered, and messages sat unread until the silence was total. The vanishing leaves a specific kind of wreckage. Losing the money hurts, but the psychological weight of feeling foolish is often heavier, especially when it feels like the system offers no immediate way to fight back. Weeks later, on a quiet Tuesday morning, I was standing in my unfinished kitchen looking out the window. A van backed into the driveway right next door. It had the same logo. The driver stepped out, the same man who had taken my money and stopped answering my calls. He began unloading building materials into my neighbor's garden. He was operating directly next to the house he'd abandoned, entirely unaware he was being watched. An emotional confrontation recovers £0, but choosing strategy over anger provides the one thing I had been missing: a confirmed, active location where he was still doing business. I stepped back from the window and made 3 phone calls. The first was to my neighbor, asking him to stay quiet so the contractor wouldn't be tipped off. The second call went to Trading Standards, opening an official case and formal record of the fraud. The third call was to a solicitor who specializes in small claims. We were no longer chasing a ghost. We were targeting a tradesperson with an active job site. We sent a letter before action to his registered address, putting him on formal notice. 4 days later, his solicitor responded, confirming his business was actively trading. With his status confirmed, we finalized the evidence bundle: bank transfers, quotes, and missed timelines. Removing emotion shifts the focus entirely to the paper trail. By following the procedural steps, you strip away the contractor's ability to hide and force the dispute into a venue where the facts are the only thing that matters. The small claims process moved forward. Presented with the bank records and the documented non-delivery, the court awarded me the full £8,000, plus court fees and interest. He didn't pay immediately, which required an enforcement order to trigger the collection process. But because we had confirmed he was still active, the legal system had the tools necessary to eventually secure the funds. There was a second victory. My neighbor, having seen the evidence in the court's ruling, canceled his own contract with the builder before he could lose his own deposit. This equation explains why these scams work. Fraudsters don't need to be geniuses. They just rely on victim exhaustion and a lack of knowledge about the legal system. They bank on you giving up before the process starts. Small Claims Court exists specifically to balance this equation. It is designed to be accessible and affordable so that everyday consumers can hold tradespeople accountable without the need for massive legal fees. Don't let a fraudster weaponize your frustration. If you've dealt with a situation like this, tell me how you handled it in the comments. Subscribe to see how the system works, because sometimes the evidence you need